Hello, in this video we will see how to create a custom case type using a global case type as our template, as our starting point. Now here in the custom case type, in the case type manager window, which we navigated to from our main dashboard, we went to the settings, which took us here, and from settings we clicked on the setup case types, which brought us to this screen. So once we are here, we can select a we can select a global case type. Any of these 108 entries can serve as global case type. For a starting point, I'm just gonna use some string here to identify what kind of a custom case type I want to create. Let's say I'm going to create an adjustment of status, and in this global case type you see all the forms listed in this global case type. So if this is the case type that I want to create, which matches or has relationship or is close to what I want to create, you can select this global case type and create your custom case type out of it by clicking on this create custom case type button. And if you want to retain the number of numbers for all the forms that are listed here, you can, or you can just create your own name. It is just the name that you want to give to your case type. I'm just gonna say adjustment test case and create it. Once you create your custom case type, it is ready for you to use as is, or you can make further modifications to it. Now here you have the adjustment test case listed here. If it is not visible here, just type in and you'll see all the case types related to that string show up. And this is the custom case type we know that we created. We want to edit it. You can click on this edit, and once you edit it, once you click on edit, on the edit screen you can see all the forms listed, and also you see all the tabs that you have from the global case type. Now to edit, what we will do is we will click on add remove case forms to this case type and verify that if these are the forms that you want. If you need to modify it, you can remove it from here, or you can add from the list here. Like let's say this one does not have I-140. I want to add I-140, let's say, for this particular case type. I can just add it. If you don't need I-140 here, you can remove it. So however you want to do, you can do that. And next you can go to the templates, and if you have already created the template, you can add it. Now for the beneficiary checklist, since we copied this case type from the global case type, you already see some checklist items. You can modify it by removing and adding the fields that the checklist items that you need. By if you need to search for a specific checklist item, you can just type in a string here and you can see the matching values, and you can select whichever is your right appropriate item that you want to add. Same thing with the petitioner checklist items. Like here we do not see anything in the petitioner checklist item. If you want to add the group of adjustment of status checklist items, you can select that and add it, and it will add all the group of values for the checklist items. Again, this is not, it is just a representative set. Again, you can modify it by adding and removing items as you choose. Okay, now same thing with the to-dos and the case entities. You can add case entities. Again, the case entities here is if you, by default, every case will allow you to add a attorney, applicant, and a petitioner. If you do not want any of those entities added, or you want more than those entities added, like if you want all these 4 added, then you select all of them. If in your case, if you do not want the petitioner, let's say you do not want the petitioner, then you only choose applicant and attorney. So the case will not ask you for petitioner or paralegal. Again, if you want, you can choose it, but it will ask for applicant and attorney by default. Okay, so it is a little bit tricky. You can ask us if you have questions, but case entities, if you do not touch it, it will not harm you, and it will work by the default. You will have option to add applicant, you will have option to add petitioner, you will have option to add attorney, you will have option to add paralegal by default. Only for specific and special case types we would use this. And custom to-dos, if you have a certain custom to-do, like you can add it, like preparing an LCA or anything that you do before the case starts or after the case starts, that you need to do, you can add those, so that every time you create a case of this particular case type, those items will be followed, okay, in the workflow. And also we have the retainer, where you can actually create the template for your retainer and choose the retainer template here, and we can generate the document for that particular retainer for that particular case type. Okay, thank you.